Is this the moment Newcastle United finally gets the leadership structure they've been crying out for? With corporate chaos behind us and a world-class executive walking through the doors, this appointment could change everything. What's up, Toon? Army, this is NUFC Quick News, your source for raw black and white passion. We've got massive breaking news that every Newcastle fan needs to hear. So let's get straight into it. Finally, Newcastle United have their new CEO. David Hopkinson has just been officially confirmed as our new Chief Executive Officer, taking over from Darren Eales, who's been courageously battling blood cancer. The 54-year-old Canadian officially joins the club on Friday, 5th of September, and will undertake a comprehensive handover process supported by outgoing CEO Darren Eales. But here's what the mainstream media won't tell you. This isn't just any appointment. Hopkinson brings serious pedigree. He was most recently the president and chief operating officer of Madison Square Garden Sports Corporation and has huge experience at the top level of European football after working as Real Madrid's global head of partnerships. We're talking about someone who's guided the strategic vision of the New York Knicks and New York Rangers, two of the most valuable franchises in their respective leagues. What does this mean for you as a Newcastle fan? Think about it. We've been operating without proper leadership structure all summer while other clubs have been making moves. Now we've got someone who understands what it takes to compete with the global elite. Chairman Yasir Al-Rumayyan couldn't hide his excitement. We are delighted to welcome David to Newcastle United. David is an outstanding executive whose track record across global sport and entertainment speaks for itself. But there's more to this story than just the appointment itself. The timing is absolutely crucial. We've just endured what many are calling a nightmare transfer window. Newcastle United fans were made to endure a roller coaster summer transfer window that became dominated by Liverpool's pursuit of Alexander Isak. Having proper corporate leadership in place means we won't see another summer like this again. But here's where it gets really interesting for the Toon Army. This appointment is just the beginning. Ross Wilson is set to step in as sporting director, with Newcastle United expected to choose the Nottingham Forest chief football officer as their preferred candidate. We're talking about a complete restructure at the top level. Wilson isn't just any sporting director either. The 41-year-old has a good relationship with Newcastle manager Eddie Howe, who is involved in the process, and PAF have been aware of Wilson for several years, including interest when he was sporting director at Rangers between 2019 and 2023. During his time at Rangers, they won their first league title in a decade and reached the Europa League final. So, what's the real story behind the scenes? Eddie Howe has been crying out for proper structure since day one. On 26th of April 2025, he came back and secured Champions League qualification again. And earlier this year, he guided Newcastle to another EFL Cup final following a 4-0 aggregate victory over Arsenal, with Newcastle going on to beat Liverpool in the final on 16th of March 2025. This man has delivered trophies and Champions League football without proper backing. Imagine what he can do now. The appointment of Hopkinson sends a clear message. We're not messing around anymore. Co-owner Jamie Rubin put it perfectly. David's arrival as CEO comes at a crucial time for the club, and I'm confident that he will prove to be an excellent fit for the role. He brings a wealth of experience in leadership positions at some of the biggest names in world sport. What does this mean for transfers going forward? No more summer chaos. No more key positions left empty during crucial windows. Hopkinson himself has made his ambitions clear. I am incredibly honored to join Newcastle United at such an exciting time in the club's history. Having worked with iconic teams across different countries, I understand what it takes to build sustainable success at the highest levels of global sport. This is someone who's worked with Real Madrid and guided billion-dollar franchises in New York. He knows what elite looks like, and he's coming to Newcastle with one mission: to position us among the world's elite clubs. But here's what has me most excited as a Newcastle fan. The corporate structure is finally falling into place. We've got PF's backing, we've got Eddie Howe's tactical genius, we've won the Carabao Cup, we're back in the Champions League, and now we've got world-class leadership. All the pieces are coming together. The transformation under this new structure could be incredible. We've seen what Eddie Howe can achieve without proper support. Newcastle City Council members approved the motion to grant him the freedom of Newcastle following the club's historic Carabao Cup win over Liverpool, ending a 70-year wait for domestic silverware. Now imagine what's possible with proper backing. This appointment also shows PF are learning from their mistakes. They're not rushing decisions anymore. They've taken their time to find the right person, someone who fits the culture Eddie Howe has built and understands the scale of our ambitions. The message to the rest of the Premier League is clear. Newcastle United means business. We're not just building for now. We're building something sustainable for the long term. With Hopkinson's experience in global sports management and his understanding of what it takes to compete at the highest level, this appointment could be the catalyst for everything we've been dreaming of. So there you have it. Toon Army, David Hopkinson is our new CEO. Ross Wilson is expected to follow as sporting director, and Newcastle United are finally getting the leadership structure worthy of our ambitions. This is the beginning of something special, and I can't wait to see what comes next. Smash that like button if you're buzzing about this appointment, and hit subscribe to never miss a Toon update. Until next time, stay proud, stay loud, and always keep the faith. Away the lads!